I was a pastor for a while and a small group leader. I interned at various churches. And there's this idea that as you are a leader in ministry, you're held to a higher standard. That the way that you live your life, the way that you engage with God, your relationship with yourself, with others, it's all held to a higher standard.
Hey family. So this guy goes on to say that there's an undertone from the leaders at the church that requires him to, like he feels like it requires him to be perfect and have this such high standard and to be like super smart. And he actually even mentions a verse in the Bible where it talks about God judging teachers more harshly, and all this. So I want to address two specific points with this video. Now, I don't know if any church leaders follow me or watch my videos, but if any do, this one's for you. First and foremost, no one should ever have to feel in any position of leadership within the church that perfection is required. The Bible tells us that every single person on this earth has fallen short of the glory of God. Every single one, a capital A-L-L, all of us have fallen short. There's no theologian smart enough or pastor well known enough that has not fallen short. Every single one of us have. So that's really the first point I want to make. None of us should have to feel that there's this huge bar that we have to achieve and we have to be so perfect. As a matter of fact, I can confidently say that for those that have these thoughts, now mind you, it could be, you kind of talking yourself into this, but I really do feel that the enemy is very slick at doing this and just kind of feeding that into your mind. Hey, you're not good enough to do this. You're not perfect enough. You're not smart enough. People don't respect you enough. You don't have the reputation to be in that kind of position. Those are lies for the enemy. If God gave you the gift of teaching or leading or whatever that gift is, you do it to the best of your ability. That is all that God asks of you, that you do the best of your ability. And obviously have that relationship with God and ask him to build that gift within you, that you can be more like Christ and maybe be better in whatever it is and that kind of thing. But in regards to God expecting anyone to be perfect, that couldn't be farther from the truth. No. Let me touch on the second point, which I'll start it off by mentioning, the verse that he talked about where God judges teachers more harshly. Now, first of all, let me say that everything that I'm about to say, I also understand myself, because prior to even jumping on TikTok, I taught at the church. Obviously, I'm teaching here, and my plan, God willing, is to go back to the church to teach again. Well, I go to church now, but just to start teaching again. Anyways, we have to understand from his perspective, you have God that gave you this gift to lead his children towards him, right? So if he gave you this gift, he wants to make sure that the information, where you're guiding them, the answers you're giving them, are the correct answers that will guide them to him. Because if not, it's essentially the blind leading the blind. And that is something dangerous. So that's where God, the reason I really believe that God mentions that in his word in regards to judging teachers more harshly, because he wants all teachers and all pastors and anyone in any position where you're leading and guiding and teaching others that he is really serious about what comes out of your mouth. Now, here's the other side of the coin. So one side is, yes, you shouldn't have to feel like you're perfect. But the other side of this is there is some sort of expectation. Because we're, again, trying to avoid the blind leading the blind, right? The expectation is that you be far enough in your walk with God, or better said, that you are more spiritually mature in your walk than those that you are teaching. Now, mind you, there may be somebody that you're teaching that just has better knowledge, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying in general that you should have a more spiritually mature life than most of the people that you're engaging with. Because those people are going to be the ones that are coming to you with questions, coming to you asking for guidance, coming to you asking for advice, and whatever comes out of your mouth is more than likely what they're going to take and what they're going to do. And God is paying attention to each and every breath that's coming out of your mouth and every word, because all of that matters to him. So, that's the expectation. Not the expectation for you to be perfect, but the expectation for you to be spiritually mature enough, living a holy enough life that you can take what you've learned, your experiences, the knowledge and the wisdom that God has given you through his word, through other people, through whatever, and then being able to use that to guide others towards him. So that's where the expectation lies. Not to, again, I want to reiterate this because I want to make sure it sinks in. Not for you to be perfect, but for you to be in far enough in your walk with God where you can teach others effectively, and that will bring them closer to God. I really hope that's clarified some things. Hope that's helped. I always welcome any questions or feedback or thoughts in the comments, so please shoot those in there if you have them. Other than that, I love you guys. I'm praying for you all, and God bless each of you.